Let's go ahead and check out Reddit and see the subreddit game collecting. There's a ton of awesome finds I've been seeing there. So I wanted to check them out and show you guys kind of what I'm seeing, because I want you to see that game collecting is still legitimate and being able to find stuff is still readily available. First off, we've got a PlayStation Slim with no cords behind the glass. Meanwhile, on the shelf in the back, this is a PlayStation 2 here. It's $100, which is ridiculous with it being untested and all that. In the back behind there was a $15 untested Wii, which is actually worth around $100, which is totally awesome. It looks like this one turns on at least and has Super Smash Brothers in it. So for 15 bucks, that was definitely a good deal there. Then we've got someone asking what the game price is worth. If you ever need to know, either go to eBay sold listings or look up price charting, because those are the best places to look. Someone did a great pickup here for some Pokemon games. 110 bucks for all of this. It's Pokemon Black version 2. You got Soul Silver, which is awesome. You've got Pokemon Ranger, Mystery Dungeon, Platinum, and Omega Ruby. All of those are amazing games. That's probably worth at least like $200, maybe $250. So all of that for only $110 is definitely a great price, and I would definitely love to pick that up. Ooh, okay, we've got some GameStop finds here, which usually GameStops don't have very many used games. I don't know the prices if they're good. They seem to be probably a little too expensive, but I don't know much about these two games. But finding retro games at GameStop is pretty awesome, so that is cool to see right there. Just people complaining about the spines of the Switch games. I mean, it's pretty basic there. I understand what... Oh, this thing is insane. This is from God of War 3, and this is the Pandora's Box collection. Absolutely looks insane. Dude, that is awesome. I would love to have that in my collection. Okay, Small Town Game Exchange. I love me some game exchanges because they kind of put their stuff out and then don't update the prices, which is how you can find good deals on expensive games that have sit on the shelf for a while and they haven't been updating the prices. So I wish I had one in my area. The closest one is like 30 to 40 minutes away, so I don't get to go there very often, but this is actually a decent deal. 60 bucks is probably okay, but whatever. There's a lot of Sonic games. Someone is hoarding Sonic games, and I don't blame them. Sonic is a fun one, but some of those Sonics, not so much. I always love to see people talk about stupid stuff like stacking stuff like this. It is what it is. It's been done 100 million times, though, so it doesn't really catch my eye that much. Ooh! I've never heard of Mr. Pet Parrot. Or My Pet Parrot, sorry. That looks incredibly interesting and is probably a bad game, which is why there's no sold listings, to be honest with you. But I think that is really awesome. Again, people with Resident Evil collection, dope. That looks really awesome. Ooh, good finds here. We've got an SNES here and a Sega Dreamcast. I don't see pretty much either one of these consoles in my area too much. Occasionally I'll see the SNES, the Super Nintendo, but the Dreamcast in my area, if you find them, they're always like $300 with like one game that's worth like $12. It's like a Madden game or something. So seeing that is really awesome. What do you do when GameStop sells your pre-order? Ooh, that sucks. I would be really disappointed, but depending on what pre-order it is, you can probably go to the stores nearby, like a Walmart or a Target, maybe a Best Buy, and probably pick it up instead of going to GameStop. I do that anyways. I try not to give GameStop any of my money, but whatever. GoldenEye's NPC has it. Okay, I don't know why that needed to be. 15 bucks, this is not a bad deal. It is from a thrift store though, so it may or may not work, but those are good games, at least some of them are, but 15 bucks is a little high because Well, maybe not actually. I don't know. I'd probably end up passing on all these other than Bloodborne. Just because, but it's interesting to see that kind of stuff. Most expensive haul, but I'm so happy. Ooh, that is some good PlayStation games here. You got the best of the best when it comes to Castlevania, a bunch of Final Fantasy games. You've got Suikoden and Wild Arms, Crash. That's an awesome... Ooh, there's more here. This is definitely a good haul. I wonder how much they paid for it. I wonder if they mentioned that in the comments. Let's open that tab up and see if they do talk about... Okay, they're not saying how much it is. I want to know. I want to know how much... Yep, look, someone else is asking. How much was it? That's what matters here. If you paid $2,000, it's not worth it. Ooh, okay. Final Fantasy found... Ooh, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Those are some good games to find in your closet when you're cleaning games out. Or cleaning it out, you find... Ooh. I love and I hate the Virtual Boy. I love to play it, but honestly, I hate playing it because I get sick, so... It's mid-console, but it's definitely a fun one and an interesting one to have in the collection. For $44, I don't know. This isn't a bad deal. $11 a game's not bad, but all of these games were made in the masses, so you might be able to pick them up for cheaper, but I'm not going to complain there. Ooh, someone picked up Zelda Ocarina of Time. Again, an amazing game, definitely well worth picking up and having in your collection if you don't. $40 Target shelves is where it's at. These are Target shelves, so I can verify that is definitely true. Man, I would love to have one of these complete in the box. That NES Classic, Game Boy Advanced SP. This thing looks amazing. Awesome, definitely complete in the box. I'd love to have this in my collection, to be honest with you. Okay, so I saw this the other day, and I absolutely wanted to check it out. I'd love to buy it for $100. If I saw this in my area, I would buy it just to see how it worked. Now, I realize this says Wii, GameCube, and Nintendo 64, but you don't really need a GameCube because that Wii has it built in, so I'm a little about this. I saw it. It looked absolutely ridiculous. I would try to get it if I could, but that's insane. If you live in Toronto and you got that, that would be definitely awesome. But here's a nice little Sega collection. All right, I can get behind the Sega Genesis. It's got some amazing games. I don't talk about it too much, but there's definitely some games that I love on that. Ooh, how much is this? I know this is going to be ridiculous. Just looking at it, it's sealed. This is going to be insane, right? Ooh, $1,500 for it sealed? Oh, man, it would be cool to have one of those for Zelda in your collection, but I don't know about $1,500. You could buy a lot of games for that price. So I'd probably pass on that. This for $2, honestly, for $2, I wouldn't even pick this up. I would just put it to the side and skip on it pretty quickly. Someone's talking about their game room progress here. Okay, there's some good, that's a good base start. You've got a Nintendo Wii, which can play GameCube games. You've got the Sega Genesis and the Dreamcast. You got the 64 and the PS3. Not a bad little collection there. Those are well-respected consoles. Ooh, here's a PS3 bundle. These are some... God of War collection is awesome. The Simpsons is awesome. Little Big Planet. Allison looks interesting to me. Ooh, there's some good games here. Definitely a good pickup. This is a pretty nice little clean collection here. I like the simplicity of this. It's just pretty straightforward. They're obviously a PlayStation fan. You got PS1, PS2, PS3 down at the bottom, and PS4... and a little PS5, so I think this is a nice little collection. Definitely worth it having. And again, Sega Saturn stuff. This is awesome. Panzer Dragoon is insane. Super expensive game, but definitely awesome. If you've never played it, you definitely should. A flea market, a Quest 2 for $100, that is a great deal. I have a Quest 3 that I just recently picked up, and if you haven't noticed, I've been loving it and playing a ton of games for it, but I definitely think this Reddit is a good place and an interesting place to go because I love seeing people pick up things for great deals, and it kind of motivates me to go out and want to go game hunting more. So if you ever feel like you're down and you can never find video games because of your area, look at this and say, there's actually people out there finding it. So if you go out there and go game hunting, you're more than likely going to find it rather than if you just stayed home and didn't go. So I'm going to get out of here. I got to go play some games here. I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront on the PS5, and I've got mixed reactions. I'll talk about that in the future, but I'm going to get out of here, so check that video out if you haven't already.